fire trucks everywhere. People from the neighborhood. It was my house they were there for. That was my mom in bed. Burnt down to nothing. That was the hard part. Yeah, she's just gone. I may be the one walking away. You're the one that's leaving. Again. She wasn't sorry. And it's her. That ain't her. We ain't dead. Whatever happened, happened. Let's start over.
When the day has come and I've lost my way around, and the seasons stop and hide beneath the ground, when the sky turns gray and everything is screaming, I will reach inside just to find my heart is beating. You tell me to hold on, you tell me to hold on, but innocence is gone, and what was right is wrong. 'Cause I'm bleeding out. Save the last thing that I did is to bring you down. I bleed out for you, so I bare my skin and I count my sins and I close my eyes and I take it in, and I'm bleeding out. I'm bleeding out for you. When the hour is nigh, hopelessness is sinking in, and the wolves all cry to feel the night with horror in. When your eyes are red and emptiness is all you know, with the darkness fed, I will be your scarecrow. You tell me to hold on, you tell me to hold on, but innocence is gone, and what was right is wrong. 'Cause I'm bleeding out. Save the last thing that I did is to bring you down. I bleed out for you, so I bare my skin and I count my sins and I close my eyes and I take it in, and I'm bleeding out. I'm bleeding out for you, for you. I'm bleeding out for you, for you. Cause I'm bleeding out. Save the last thing that I did is to bring you down. I bleed out for you, so I bare my skin and I count my sins and I close my eyes and I take it in, and I'm bleeding out. I'm bleeding out for you, for you.
The light wakes the city, we'll stand tall and raise our glass. We won't let go of hope or let go of our dreams, no. No, we won't give up on the way. No, 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 let go of hope.
We don't know if they're ever gonna forgive each other, Rick.
Hold on, hope. And if the world lets go,
Killing each other when the world belongs to the dead. It doesn't have to be this way.
I will carry you home.
And welcome to KBLP LLC and The Walking Dead, Episode 2, The Bridge. What a great episode. I thought it was really good. Lots of stuff going on. Who'd have thought, right? Yeah, King Zeke is telling Henry to be proud of the work he's done and how he can tell his grandchildren with the tale of this project. And Henry's like, yeah, I'm not going to bore my grandkids telling them a story about a bridge. Seriously? But for this episode to be about constructing that bridge, lots of drama going on, of course, right? You have Justin from the sanctuary. He's pissing everybody off, of course. Enid goes to, she's entered the post-apocalyptic med school phase, and Maggie confronts her attempted killer. Saviors are disappearing, and things get nice and gory. Oh, yeah. So let's start off with Rick talking to some person, and we all know that's Negan. And it's day 35 of the bridge build, and he's pleased, and Rick is pleased with the progress they've made, despite the fact some pretty bad stuff went down there. And of course, in subtle style, a signpost at their work camp points to the future. And Rick prattles on about how they're building and growing, something about dealing with the world on its terms, but not letting it speak their truth, and babble, 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 blah, 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 right? The new Rick has this future on the self-help circuit. Maybe he'll write a book, right? And then you have Rick and Eugene. They're engaging in a law and order style walk and talk as Eugene provides a site rep with assist from Rosita. They need to finish the bridge in about a week before the levee breaks, and they'll have no place to stay. They have apparently started naming walker herds like major storms. And a Category 3 Horatio, they need to finish this bridge because they have a timetable here. They have about a week before the levee breaks, and then what, right? No place to stay, and they've started naming their walker herds, which is totally cool, like major storms. A Category 3 Horatio, that number's around 100 walkers, is close by, with an even larger one looming. There's a rock slide that needs to be cleared out. And here we go. 6 saviors have gone AWOL. That can't be good, right? Can't be good. Things go from weird to WWE, of course. And Aaron, they're working on the bridge there, and they're getting some logs. And Aaron shares a delightful story with Daryl about changing his adopted savior baby's diaper. Then tells Daryl he'll be a great dad. I'm like, okay. And that's much to Daryl's surprise. You see the look on his face. It was great. I was like, yeah, what? That was great. Was that just a red herring for later? We'll see. Then we have Justin. Oh, man, I'd have just popped him with a hammer or something. I'm telling you. What a piece of crap. He didn't want to clean graffiti back at the sanctuary, of course. Too good for him. And he starts, Henry's going around with water. And, of course, they're rationing it. And he wanted more. And Henry's like, no, you had your quota for the day. And he's like, well, I'm thirsty. And he pushes Henry around. Oh, the nerve of some people, right? He's loco, bro. And then SHTF, right? It hits the fan. Henry takes Justin down with his staff. He gets up and bam, bam, and embarrasses him, of course. This kid took him down. And Billy Walsh mocks Justin for getting tuned up by a kid. And then, of course, Daryl sees what's going on. And, of course, him and Justin start brawling there on the bridge. And it's kind of the theme for this season. This Ready to Rumble scene underscores a major theme this season. The wounds from the Saviors' War, they are still open and raw. These Saviors are the hardcore ones, are not going to go to the other side easily, obviously. So what do you do? What do you think they should do with them? I don't know. I don't know if they should keep, have them like a chain gang type thing. Or just out now kill them. I don't know. Because if the tables were turned, they'd have killed them off. Saviors would have killed them. They might have kept Rick and a few of the others just as lessons, so to speak, examples. So I don't know. What do you think they should do with these saviors? I'm going to post a question in the chat. So if you're listening, please join in on the chat. So what should they do with these saviors? The rebellious ones, anyway. A lot of them were just workers there, as we know. But we have the hardcore ones. So what should they do with them? Question of the evening. And Rosita tells one of them that she doesn't need advice on explosive from someone who slashed her in the face. Okay, that's cool. I get that. Daryl questions Rick's leadership and letting Justin off easy. I would too. I wouldn't have let him off so easy. It's very frustrating. And Rick takes one look at a Key to the Future book and, of course, just slams it down because, it's just not working. He has to do something here. I don't know what. I wouldn't want to be leading that group, that's for sure. And, of course, food is always an issue. And this sends Michonne to Hilltop to talk with Maggie, of course. And she maintains her tough stance toward sharing her supplies. We have to survive too here. So, she's going to do what she thinks is best for them. And we learned that Savior Convoy delivering fuel has mysteriously not arrived. Oh, that's not good. We also discover her blacksmith is Earl, who's in jail for attempted murder with no timetable for release and no visitation. So what's Maggie going to do? I don't know. It was actually, Gregory's fault that he got him drunk. He talked him into drinking and then talked him into doing that. I don't think he was of his own mind. He knows that because he goes through it. He talks about it. And I don't think he's really a bad guy. He just was easily manipulated by Gregory. And his wife is whining about her rights and yada yada. And then, I have a right, I'm sitting here until I get to see him and da-da-da-da-da. And then Maggie, of course, goes down there and talks to Earl and makes a connection with him. Of course, we all know Herschel had a drinking problem, too. So, she knows kind of what, he's going through there. So, granted, Herschel didn't kill a single mom after a few shots of whiskey. But Maggie decides that Earl, like her dad, deserves a second chance, and she puts him on a work release program. Okay, let's hope this works out, and his wife doesn't bite her in the butt, right? Michonne succeeds in convincing Maggie that they need some actual laws and stuff, like a document stating this, which I think it should be too. But what are they going to do with these saviors? I still would like to know. What should they do with them? And if I could spell in there, it would be should. Dang, autocorrect. Chris, round up your freaks, will you? Jeez. Anyway, and I love this scene. This is great. But the best action taking place is at a bridge camp. And there's two equally unexpected but very different outcomes. Jadis Ann draws a sketch for Gabe, but the big surprise is her delicate stroke of his hand. Oh, isn't that special? This is a man of the cloth. Jadis, shame, 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 right? Lead him not into temptation, dear lady. Get behind him, garbage lady. I love that. It's great. And then later they're sitting outside in the dark and they engage in some flirty talk about frog mating calls and the wild party happening in the woods. And he can talk to her about her past, she says, but not her secrets. Ooh, ominous? Don't know. Gabe reveals he's Episcopalian and thus allowed to get freaky deaky. There you go. That explains it. So that's great. Jadis slides her hand into his lap and Gabe moves in for a kiss. Isn't that the most unexpected couple you would ever think would happen? Definitely for me. And judging by their next exchange, of course, Gabe says, I'm supposed to be on watch. And then Jadis replies, then watch. Ooh, connect the dots, people. Ooh, hot stuff in the woods tonight. I was not expecting those two of all people to get together. That is for sure. And here we go. We have Justin. You had one job, Justin. Come on now. When you call on the walkie, sound the siren so the camp isn't overrun by the herd NATO Horatio. Okay, one job there, Justin. And guess what? And this dipshit, Rick him his bus, forgot to charge his solar battery. This guy is just racking up points like you wouldn't believe. So the rock slide blows. Jerry sounds the first alarm. And, oh, isn't it cute who he hooked up with? The gardener, Nabila. I just love it. They're so cute. It's so cute. And, of course, Justin drops the ball. Way to go, Justin. He should be in those memes, He had one job, bonehead. And he sends the zombies straight to the bridge. At the first sight of the dead flesh, you have Billy Walsh. He's like, I'm out. Oh, really? And you left Aaron there? Really? And drops the log on Aaron's arm. Way to go, because he left go with the rope. Way to go. With no Sadiq, no trading, no anesthesia, and no time. Of course, Daryl comes and, kills some of the walkers and stuff and gets that off of him, and his arm is just mangled. Then we have Enid there. No Sadiq, no training, no anesthesia, no time. Enid opens a medical book, whips out a knife, and saws his arm off. I'm like, whoa, damn, girl. It's crazy stuff. I never thought, I'm just thinking, Enid of all people. Okay. And the poor guy lost his arm, and he's just, it was terrible. And of course, Rick talks to me, I'm sorry this happened to you, But it could have been worse. It could have killed him. But I don't know. But way to go, Justin. You're just racking up the points with Team Rick here. Yeah, no. And what do you think about Enid being the physician? I'm not so sure about this. I don't know. I would have never thought for her to do that, but I'm with it. So she, has to amputate his arm. Crazy stuff. And there's a couple of cliffhangers, of course. Excuse me. There's kind of a little minor one. Jadis hears what sounds like a mysterious chopper that visited the junkyard last season. Then there's the biggie. Justin, of course, who wisely decides to drink while walking alone in the dead of night. Hey, yeah, that's what I'll do. Encounters someone he knows. But what happened to him? Did he kill him or did he abduct him? And he knows him, there's no doubt. Who's out there making the saviors vanish? Who is out there? Who do you think this is? Could it be our vinyl aficionado, Georgie, who's been trying to convince Maggie to leave Top and join her? We're going to see her again for sure. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? That's kind of crazy. And as Michelle and I talked about last week, we thought for sure, she said someone was going to get gravely injured. We thought for sure it was going to be Rick. There's the twist. It was Aaron. Who would have thought? I would have never thought it would be Aaron that got hurt like that. We were all expecting Rick to be the one to be gravely injured. I don't know. Crazy stuff, isn't it? You gotta love it. But again, this had a lot of stuff going on in it. You have to love it. I did. I thought it was a great episode. And that twist, and I love naming those Walker herds after major storms is just, I thought that was great. And getting these saviors to work, to get this done is absolutely crazy. And some of the signs they had, they were like in the camp. They're like a tribute to MASH. In case you didn't know that, that's just a little trivia thing I found out. It was great though. There's a lot of detail put into the walkers. I love, you got vermin creeping out of empty eye sockets and everything, and you gotta love it. The detail is phenomenal. The pacing, maintain, and a lot of people probably had to divert their eyes from the truly gruesome moments, but it was great. They're trying to celebrate peace among the colonies. It's only 35 days after the war. It really is. It's not that long. I don't know. It's an uneasy peace. Let's put it that way. And of course, Negan is still alive in his cell. We'll see what happens then. He's shoved deep down away from everyday life. But I think Rick's trying to convince himself, as well as Negan, that he's built something better for everyone. I think he's trying to convince himself in a way. It's what he wants. But whether it's truly going to happen is something else. He can't shake the warning about he's not really, quote, saving the world, just getting it ready for Negan's return. What do you guys think? Is he getting it ready for Negan? I think they're going to end up having to work together is what's going to happen. I just read that sentence again. What he, who, they, with his saviors. Yeah, that did not come out right. What should they do with the saviors? That's what it's supposed to read. But anyway, Rick keeps Negan locked away the same as people lock away their grudges. So I don't know. And of course, those grudges, when left unaddressed, will bring consequences. Henry is kind of the adopted son of Carol and King Zeke, in case you didn't know. I love those two together. I think it's so cute. But I loved last week when she said, "Oh, she's so glad Pookie approves." It was great. But I think Daryl's a little jealous, like we said before. With most of the manual labor, of course, coming from the Saviors, per the agreement with Maggie. More Saviors are vanishing by the day without clues to why or what happened to them. And we find out that some fuel supplies were supposed to be delivered to Hilltop never got there. And of course, without that ethanol, Maggie's not willing to part with the food surplus. And of course, as we discussed, her blacksmith, the one who can fix their plow to harvest more food, is in jail for trying to kill her. So there you go. And you got Tammy over there whining and carrying on. Wow. But anyway, she relents because she sees her dad, remnants of her dad in him. He had a drinking problem too, but there was good in him and she knew it. But the thing with Justin, Daryl's ticked off because Justin's getting off so easy. But because of the missing saviors, they really can't afford to, not have them work there. Can't take one of the strongest workers off the project just 3 days before they complete it. So I can see both sides. One more, I think, I don't know if it would have made any difference. But with Aaron hurt, I can see where it would. It's just a trickle of issues that from a single problem no one seems to be addressing, of course, which makes it worse. And there's another issue Rick isn't addressing, and that's Daryl. He again questions whether they're both on the same side. It's as Carol says, maybe some people just aren't ready to live with one another. She said, they haven't, all they've known is Negan's world. They haven't lived with any unquote normal people. And he's, of course, Rick is, it's not about forgetting, it's about moving forward. They can't move forward. They don't know how. And it's the how that's tripping up some people. But Jadis, of course, is not one of those. Jadis Ann, I'm sorry. She feels close to the community when she's painting portraits based on memories. And some of her work hangs in Maggie's office at Hilltop. And of course, she's interviewing, Father Gabriel from his past for her new work. And of course, she's trying to do a little more than just talk. I had never thought those two would be together, of all people. But And Maggie's still trying to figure out how to lead. And of course, similar to Rick locking away Negan in his cell, of course, we know Maggie killed Gregory. But that doesn't mean the threat he represented has been purged from Hilltop either. And there's some dissent there, as we all know. Tammy grows frustrated, of course, when she can't visit Earl. Maggie's hesitant to embrace Michonne's insistence they form a set of laws for the communities, and Jesus questions Maggie's decisions on Earl. I don't know. So there's always going to be something there, I think. Just because Gregory's gone, the threat is not gone. His mouth is gone, thank God, but, it's kind of the same thing. And of course, Georgie, of course, the mysterious woman, we saw her, which is, she's so awesome. I love her. I know we'd be seeing her again. Also has a presence, and comic fans believe that her arrival teased the Commonwealth community this year. One of the opening scenes in this week's up featured a shot from the trailers, a stack of signs pointing to various locations, including Toledo. That was what I was saying about the tribute to MASH. The Commonwealth, a more technologically advanced society, is located in Ohio. There you go. And Georgie's been sending Maggie letters, hoping to bring her into the community. So, yeah, she is still around. One letter Jesus picks up seems to mention a port city Georgie found. So, yeah, she's still in the picture for sure. I knew she would be. Maggie, of course, she's moved by Jesus's speech to her about Earl and Tammy, and she lets Tammy have her visit. And his struggle with alcoholism reminds Maggie of her own dad, who played Herschel for 3 seasons on The Walking Dead. Who didn't love Herschel? R.A.P. Scott Wilson. It was great. And that if Herschel didn't get a second chance, a lot of people would have been worse off for it. It also reinforces the idea of this bubbling tension. And Earl tells Maggie before she leaves how Gregory may have manipulated them, but the rage was inside him all along. He's admitting all this. He's talking to her. And of course, and meanwhile, we have Rick's group. They execute a coordinated effort to redirect the herd that took down the bridge through a series of explosions and such. And while Rick is trying to get over Tara's Mother Goose code name for him, I love it. I love it. Alden approaches with news that more saviors, ones with worried families, have gone missing. And those that are left are fearing for their safety. And Rick says, we stripped the sanctuary of their weapons for a reason. But they'll protect them if they keep working. If they work, we'll protect them. They only have 3 days before they need to finish this. So he's trying to do everything he can to get this done. Alden doesn't waste time informing Rick that he's sounding an awful lot like Negan. He doesn't have to think about this for long because the next explosion hasn't gone off, which means the walkers are on a collision course for their workers in the woods. Aaron does save somebody from the logs coming down, but of course he gets impaled himself. And of course, they do get him out. Daryl comes, of course, to the rescue. He's still off, and Rick. The technical phrase is effed up. His arm, of course. And Rick and Carol lead the cavalry to assist in a choreographed blade work on Rick's party. Andrew Lincoln was just great. As the realization that cutting the lumber restraints will let the logs. I love that scene when he shoots the rope and boom, and bam, they got knocked in the head. Their heads were smashed. That was a great, great scene. The log walkers, I guess you could call them. That was great. They just come rolling down. Boom, boom, boom. Just got them all the way down. That was great. I thought that was a great, great scene. And you saw what the logs did to them. I thought that was very good, very good. And it mows down the oncoming walkers. That was great. They keep coming up with these creative ways to kill them, and that was I loved it. That was very, very well done. And I guess Enid's been kind of trading as a medic for Sadiq, whom we haven't seen too much yet. I don't know where he was during all this. She amputates Aaron's arm. Of course, Daryl wants to find out who was supposed to set off the third explosion. He finds Carol chewing out Justin, and there we go. He attacks him again. He should have beat the crap out of him. And then, I should have let Daryl have his way with him. It was all, he's an idiot. He was an idiot. Was because I don't think he's around anymore. Rick finally takes action later that night and throws him out of the community. Go, we don't want to see you again, or kill him. And, but is this, too little too late for Daryl? We don't know. Did Rick make the right decision? We don't know. Justin was another symbol of the persistence of the Negan age, okay? They haven't quite come to terms with this. And are there going to be consequences for this? We shall see. And, of course, we have Gabriel and Jada Ann hooking up in the woods, like we talked about. And, of course, Earl's released on work release program, so to speak. And, of course, Rick is talking to Negan. And Rick argues it's human nature to come together with one another. Yes and no, to a point. But there's still a part of him, as poked by Negan, that fears everything could just fall apart. And that's a possibility. And things are beginning to unravel, as we've seen. While on watch, Ann looks up, and Jadis Ann looks up and sees a helicopter. Presumably the one she was trying to flag down in the junkyard when she was fighting with Negan. It pauses to just watch for a moment before slipping away in the night, unseen by anyone else. Also in the dead of night, of course, Justin, he's a busy drinking. Yeah, big man. And he hears something in the bushes, and he investigates and sees somebody he recognizes. And the same someone attacks him. So who is doing this? Who do you think is making the Saviors go missing? It has to be somebody at the camp. We think. Like I said, this was a good episode. Hookup we didn't see coming. Aaron we did not see getting gravely hurt. I think everybody thought it was going to be Rick. Because Andrew Lincoln's final episodes are coming up. So I think he's just going to get so frustrated, he's just going to up and walk away. This is my opinion, okay, not necessarily anybody else's. And I think he's just going to go up. He's just going to up and go. He's had enough. Leave it to them. No matter what he does, it doesn't seem, it's enough for anybody. So I could see that happening. And later on, maybe, when he's about 70, we'll see Rick again, later down the road. What do you think is going to happen with Rick? Is he going to die? I don't think so. He's going to be back next year to direct a few episodes, but I think, and it stays in my head that it isn't the end of Rick Grimes. So I did see that and just stuck in my head. So no, I don't think it's the end of Rick Grimes yet. It's the end of him for now, but not totally. I don't think. That's just my opinion. But like I said, I think the log scene where he shoots the rope and the logs come just rolling down on them walkers was, excuse me, I thought it was great. I really did. I loved that scene. It just showed him, smacking the walkers in the head, smoosh. It was graphic, but it was so great. It really was. I thought that was one of the best scenes. That I have seen. One of the better scenes. The one that sticks in my mind too is walkers on the staircase. That was freaking hilarious. I laughed so hard at that. But all in all, good so far. I'm loving these episodes. let's hope this bridge gets done. I don't know. It only had 3 more days, it would have been done. So, what do you think? Are they going to get this bridge done? Who is getting rid of the saviors? Why are they going missing? Who's doing it? That's the big question. Interesting. Is it the Whisperers? I know we're going to be seeing them. But are they going to just show them this season and then they'll make their biggest appearance the second half? We shall see. It's only episode 2. Lots can happen. We've got at least 3 more episodes before we say bye, Rick. So I'm hoping Michelle and Rick Moylan can join me next Wednesday for episode 3, and we can kind of all talk about some of this. I think it would be great. So, a couple questions tonight. What should they do with these saviors? The hardcore ones. People like Justin. What should they do with them? Should they, like a chain gang type thing till they get acclimated to the community sense? Should they just fire squad them? But they need the workers. But should they do that or do what they've been doing? What's your opinion? Who do you think is making the saviors disappear? And what about Rick's decisions? He thinks he's making the right ones. I know this. He wants this so badly. But he does have the inside fear. It's just all going to fall apart. And it is starting to unravel. So we shall see what we shall see, I guess. So that kind of wraps it up, that episode. It was great, I think. And where was Sadiq anyway? You'd think he'd have been there. I don't know what he was out doing. I think he would have been there with Enid. I don't know, but Enid being a doctor, I don't know. Just read the book. It'll be good. Not too sure about that. But anyway, lots going on in this episode. It all looks hunky-dory, but underneath we all know it's not. So we shall look forward to next week's episode, of course, on Sunday night. So I'll give you a couple questions, we can discuss on the next episode of TWD. So keep those in mind. Okay, rundown for the week. Tomorrow night, I hope DWD will be on part 2 of Power Metal. Okay, we'll do a quick recap of part 1 and then get into part 2. I love the Power Metal groups. I really, really do. They're one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite ones. And then we have Chained will be on tomorrow night too. Chained with Desiree Pickett. Don't miss that. It is really, really good. She puts a lot of hard work into it, and it's good. So check out Chained. I believe it'll be 7 her time, 9 Mountain Time, and 10 Eastern Time. So check it out. Take a listen. It is really good. Really good. Oh, no. That's next week. She's doing it every week, other week, I believe. I am so sorry, Des. That will be next week. Tomorrow, DWD. So, and then Lolita's Jam. She does hip hop. She has a new artist and plays some underground music. So check her out for sure. Friday, join me on Hollywood Review. Let's see how Halloween opens. Oh yeah, who's going? Who's going to see Halloween? Me, maybe not. I can't do it till next week, but I am going to see it. Chris, I know you're going to go soon. You'll be the first one in the door. But anyway, I do want to see that one. And then after Hollywood Review, join our biggest freak, Chris Stevens, for Freaks in the Basement. Those freaks get into everything. Hide your liquor, hide your cookies. Anything like that, hide it. They will be there. And they run amok in the studio as always. And you know what? I'm not cleaning that up again, Chris. So get them under control. Saturday, not sure what's happening. I have to go out of town, but Ecto will be on with Michelle Auger, of course. That's terrific. I absolutely love that. It's true spooky stories. So give it a listen. It's really good. And then Ike Diaz will be on with the JM, Mr. Ike Dog himself. So be sure and tune in to that. Sunday, we're back with American Horror Story. So join me Sunday night for that. So that's about the lineup for this week. Of course, Halloween is coming up, so expect some good stuff to be happening and fun stuff too. So, okay, shout out to some groups. We have True Horror Junkies, The Art of Darkness, Horror Three Ring Circus, Planet B period O period B period on Facebook. And make sure you put the periods in there because I can't guarantee you where you're going to end up. We have Survival Wolves with Mike Ronan and Conflicted with Julie Kinney. That is a what if scenario. Two wonderful people, great pages. Check it out. All three, Planet B.O.B., Survival Wolves, and Conflicted. Anything you need to know about prepping or survival in any type of weather conditions, these are the places to go, and they'll be glad to answer any questions you have. So those are the places to go. So shout out to Art of Darkness, The King, Barker, and Beyond. Shout out to Typhoid Marys also. So I can't think of anything else. I hope, like I said, Michelle and Rick will join me next Wednesday. I hope we're going to keep this on Wednesdays. We shall see. We shall see. I don't know. But looking forward to it myself. So, I can't think of anything else offhand. Hope you're all ready for getting ready for Halloween. So, I'm going to play a few more things from music from The Walking Dead. The first one goes out to Mr. Ike Diaz. This one's for you, hon. So, listen up. Have a great night. And be careful. On the weekends, there's Halloween parties going on and stuff. Please don't drink and drive. Call Uber, Lyft, a taxi, a designated driver, whatever it takes. Please don't drink and drive, okay? But have a great time. All right. Have a great night. Peace out, y'all.
We're on Easy Street, and it feels so sweet, 'cause the world is but a treat when you're on Easy Street, and we're breaking out the good champagne. We're sitting pretty on the gravy train, and when we sing, every sweet refrain repeats right here on Easy Street. It's our moment in the sun, and it's only just begun. It's time to have a little fun. We're inviting you to come and see why you should be on Easy Street. Yeah, we got a front row seat. Oh, to a life that can't be beat. Right here on Easy Street. It's our moment in the sun, and it's only just begun. It's time to have a little fun, and we're inviting you to come and see why you should be on Easy Street. Yeah, we got a front row seat. Oh, to a life that can't be beat. Right here on Easy Street, 'cause the world is but a treat when you're on Easy Street. 'Cause the world is but a treat when you're on Easy Street.
The saviors, they're scary, but this prick's got nothing on you.
And a million faces formed together, made for elevation. I'm a soldier, won't surrender. Faith is like a fire that never burns to embers. The voice of the unheard. Love is the answer.
I gotta speak it, believe it, that's how I feel inside.
I can't sit here quiet.
You can take my heart, you can take my breath when you pry it from the cold dead chest.
This is how we rise up. Heavy as a hurricane, louder than a freight train. This is how we rise up. Heart is beating faster, feels like thunder, magic, static. Call me a fanatic. It's our world, they can never have it. This is how we rise up. It's our resistance. You can't resist us. Can you hear me? Are you listening? Sleeping and the shadows could be making history. Through the fire, on the water, used to be a slave, but now you are a conqueror.
They can take my heart, they can take my breath when they pry it from the cold dead chest.
This is how we rise up. Heavy as a hurricane, louder than a freight train. This is how we rise up. Heart is beating faster, feels like thunder, magic, static. Call me a fanatic. It's our world, they can never have it. This is how we rise up. It's our resistance. You can't resist us. Up, 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 up. We're rising up, 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 up. Rising up, 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 up. We're rising up, 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 up. Rising up, 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 up. We're rising up, 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 up. This is how we rise up. It's our resistance. You can't resist us. This is how we rise up. Heavy as a hurricane, louder than a freight train. This is how we rise up. Heart is beating faster, feels like thunder, magic, static. Call me a fanatic. It's our world, they can never have it. This is how we rise up. It's our resistance. You can't resist us.
I'm not gonna leave you!
Go out, go up the road, I'll meet you there!
It's been a long day without you, my friend. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. That I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I would do, you were standing there by my side. And now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long
There, people at the hospital. Wait, so just tell us. Is there a blonde girl there? Is there a blonde girl? Beth? You know her? She helped me get out, and she's still there. What's it gonna take?
First you both go out your way and the vibe is feeling strong. And what's small turn to a friendship turn to a bond. And that bond will never be broken, the love will never get lost. And when brotherhood come first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn. And that line is what we reach, so remember me when I'm gone. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side. And now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
Let the light guide your way. Yeah. Hold every memory as you go, and every road you take will always lead you home. Oh, it's been a long day without you, my friend. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you.
I thought my singing annoyed you.
We've come a long
There ain't no jukebox,
way
though.
from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you